My wife loves to run marathons, and one of the things that I always find so funny is when I come to the finish line to cheer her on. We go off after the marathon. There's a whole bunch of tents on, and there's literally a place where people sign up to run their next marathon. My thought is like, how crazy is that? You just finished a grueling 26 miles. People look beaten down and tired, and yet here they are signing up for the next one. On today's episode, we're going to talk about why it's important to not only celebrate the victory, finishing the marathon, but also to think about what you're going to create next.
I guess the angle is like, how do I create a career out of something that I love, which for me has been meditation. And I think like I always saw it as...
I love that, by the way. That was awesome. Like, how do I create a career out of something I love? And that's meditation. So how did you, though, discover this as is something that you want to, that you love?
Definitely. Well, I guess to tie it all in, it started with a book.
Really?
Yeah, so I read a book called The Way of the Peaceful Warrior by Dan Millman. If he's watching this, I would love to interview him.
One of the things that's so powerful about creating something is that you realize you can do it. In fact, you can do it again. The start of a creation event really is this moment when it teaches you that you can do something that's possible. You finish something difficult, you complete that podcast season, you put out that book, whatever it is. Then the important thing is to both celebrate it and ultimately realize that it's just the beginning of cool things ahead. You're going to meet some people today who recently are completing their creation event, publishing their books, and you're going to hear about how they're already thinking about what's next, who else they want to meet, who else they want to interview, and why they're already getting themselves geared up to run their next marathon.
I think the coolest moment is, well, most importantly, it's the overarching learning that I gained. It's the confidence in sort of this perspective that there's nothing to lose anymore, not being scared of judgment, not being scared of taking risks. And I got a job because of that, because of that new attitude. I became better at sales and cold calling. Actually, it was really funny the other day in class. I hadn't read the case for class because I was too busy editing my book that night. So I started laughing. We were talking about this case and it was about scooters, and I had no idea what the scooter was, no idea how much it cost, zero idea what the value proposition was. And he was like, "Who wants to come pitch me this scooter?" And then I started laughing. And then he was like, "Okay, you come do it." I stood up, I wasn't scared, I did it. Everyone came up to me afterwards, they were like, "Have you done sales before? Oh, you did a really good job." I literally just completely made up the entire thing. But that's something that I would have been so scared to do before, because it would have been like, wow, everyone's gonna think I'm stupid. I don't want them to think that, I don't want them to think I'm smart. But I thought that challenge and that improv, that is the biggest thing that I've learned and gotten from this book. It's the willingness to see something and be like, okay, this is an opportunity to play. And this is an opportunity to test myself and see what I can do, and why not? Who cares? Let's just do it. That got me a job, that got me better at sales, got me more confident in myself. And that's it.
I felt like at points I was like stalking people, but then it was just getting responses. And from people who have day jobs who were actually important, and then getting them to respond to like me, it was really great. And I think that having those types of people, especially like Tawakkul Karman, who was the first person to win a Nobel Peace Prize as an Arab woman, is actually really, really amazing. And it was just very humbling to see that, oh wow, this person actually like reached back out to me. Talking to Ms. Karman was really, really weird and crazy in the moment, and just hearing about her experiences starting a revolution and being a part of it and becoming named the mother of a revolution, that's pretty crazy and all.
I think my senior fall, which is when I kind of started this whole journey, it was very much like, cool, I've always wanted to write a book. I wonder what that will feel like. Do I have like the commitment, the like ability to even like do this thing that I've always wanted to do since I was a kid? And very much like your senior fall, I was graduating early. So like my senior fall, I was like, I'm just gonna see what happens and I'm gonna do it. And I did something and I wrote something and I have honestly no idea what I wrote. Like, I think I got rid of most of it. But I think just like that beginning, I think like anything, and I think a lot of people will tell you this when they talk about journeys or things, like that initial starting, that initial creation is the hardest bit, because it's the bit that is like the part where you need to start believing in yourself. And so that's kind of where it started. And then I went abroad to Asia for 3 months, left the book, way far in the back, let it stress me out from afar, and was like, cool, not thinking about this until I have to. And I came back and I was like, I had some time before I started work, and I was thinking, wow, like I graduated, but I never finished this thing I said I wanted to do. And I was like, if I really am gonna be a person, like an adult, like a real person, who does what they say they do, like I should finish this. And so after a lot of like, wow, I don't have to do this extra work, because transitioning to a job is hard enough, but I was like, I said I was gonna do it, so I'm gonna do it. I definitely was like, okay, I'm gonna try. And I think beyond what I thought possible, and I think even beyond what you and Brian thought possible, the book came together and became like this living thing that I looked at the other day and was like, wow, I wrote that. Like that's a thing that exists and actually says something. Has like real tangible impact and stories. So I'm super excited for it to kind of be something I can hold in my hand now.
So we're done.